thing that IGEMS has been working on a bit in the background is the ability now where you can write apps and parametric shapes using C#. On the IGEMS website, if you go to the support area and scroll down and then go to the CAD CAM area, and then down here they've got some information on how this works. So of course up to now you'd have to, if you did want an app, you'd have to write it in LISP, which if you're not familiar with it, it's a little bit learning curve and such. So the fact that now things can be written in C# might make it a little bit easier if you do want to customize IGEMS a bit. So for example, I wrote a little app to do automatically apply remnant cuts to sheets. This might be of interest, probably especially if you're doing water-only cutting. Of course, now if you want to do a remnant cut, you've got to draw on the line and then use the cutoff command and apply the cutoff. I thought it might be handy to automate that a bit. So my apps tab here, we've got the app that I've written, and you've got choice whether you want to do your scrap cut along X and Y, and then this threshold is if you are doing a cut along the y-axis here, for example, on this sheet, if the extent of this part here is within 10% of the width of the sheet, it'll just cut all the way across. Or the sheet here, if you're doing your cuts along the x-axis, even if you check y, it'll just do along the x. And this is how close to the parts that it'll put the cutoff line. This will be how far beyond the edge of the sheet that it stops and finishes, the quality that you want to use, the piercing type that you want to use, and right now the shortest cut doesn't do anything. That's for future expansion. Click on OK and drag a box around your sheets. And if we zoom in now, we can see that it's put that remnant cut on there. Now since all these pieces, the edges of these pieces were within that 10% of the edge of the sheet there, if I go ahead and delete a couple parts off of here and do that again just on that sheet, then it does both the X and the Y since I had both X and Y selected. Or if I know I just want to do Y, check X. And then depending on where your 0, 0 point is on your machine, it should adjust for that accordingly. Switch to this machine which has 0 point lower right. So that's one example of one thing I've done in C#. Another thing is you can do parametric shapes. This is a parametric shape that I did for a customer, and then you can put it in here into your parametric shape library. So if you're interested in the Remnant Cut app, you can go to our ikulu.wardjet.com wiki page. And again, search for IGEMS, bring it to this page here, and then you can go down to the apps area, Remnant app, and click here, download this. This is a DLL file, so hopefully it doesn't set off any alarms on your system. If it does, you can contact me. I can email you this directly and maybe that'll get through. And note is that you will need IGEMS 2025.2 4287 or newer if you want to use that. And then there's also a little icon there that you can put on the toolbar. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.